This is the Ruger RXM, which stands for Ruger X Magpul. Pretty smart name. The patent on the 19 Gen 3 expired, so Ruger and Magpul came together and made their own version. But this isn't just any other Glock clone on the market. This one does something unique, which is that it's on a fire control unit, which means your serialized part is not your grip module. And I'm sure soon enough we'll be able to buy 17 length ones, maybe some pro versions or metal ones, and swap out your grip module without having to purchase a new serialized item. The RXM will come with 2 of the 15-round PMags, but of course it will feed from any Glock mag that would fit in a Glock 19. The RXM comes at a very reasonable price point of only about $400. At that price point, you get some features such as a forward front serrations, a tritium front sight, and an optic system that does not use plates. It will directly fit either RMR, Delta Point Pro, or RMSC footprint optics because it's got multiple holes under there that you just line up. What I really like about this is it does not have that hump on the back that normal Glock frames do, which I personally think makes it a little bit more ergonomic. I don't like how it's rounded up at the top here. I prefer the blockiness of the standard Glocks, as I don't think it's as easy to have your fingers slide off the end there, but that is just personal preference, and I'm sure more grip modules will come out that address that. My absolute favorite feature of the RXM is that they did not mess with the original Glock formula. Even though the frame is different to accommodate for that grip module, the slides are interchangeable between all of them. So here's a Glock 19 Gen 2 from the 90s. And the 19 slide will fit onto the RXM and function. You can use OEM slides, you can use Ruger slides, or you can use aftermarket slides, like our blowhole here, and that will go on and work just the same. The Glock 19 Gen 3 is arguably the best-selling handgun of all time. Obviously, it's going to have a lot of aftermarket options. So having all of those still available to you, at least on the slide end, is very, very nice. Another very nice feature of it is that it works with almost every existing Glock holster out there. You don't need a new one. This is a 17 Ragnarok from T-Rex, and it fits in there just fine. I'm sure some holster people will tell you that, oh, some things need to be different, but I would argue this is by design, having it work with existing parts that have already been on the market for a very long time and proven. I like that they didn't go full-on proprietary. Even though the frame is, it still fits in their holsters, and the slides are pretty much all interchangeable. Considering that the slide is completely interchangeable, I think it's safe to say that all the parts inside of the slide are also interchangeable, which is amazing, because you don't have to wait for Ruger to come out with their own threaded barrel to suppress your gun. You can just use any existing Glock 19 barrel. The trigger is Glock-esque, but it is a little nicer. As you can see, you will get to a defined wall, and then after the wall, you've got ever so slight amount of creep, and then it will break. Reset will be very positive click, roll forward like that. Comparing it to a OEM Glock trigger is a little difficult because it's going to be generation specific, but for the Gen 2s, you'll see that the take up towards the wall and the wall is about the same, 3.5 to 4 pound break. The Glock is just going to have more creep to it, and then it will break a little softer. So if you like a more clearly defined wall, the RXM has that over the OEM Glock. I'm going to touch on this because I'm still pretty salty about it. More than likely, the reason the Glock 19X lost to the P320 is because it wasn't modular enough. You were able to switch out your grips on a 320, you were not able to do that on a Glock. Well, this one does that. To quote Isaac Bodkin, if there's ever a gun that's going to kill the Glock, it will be a Glock clone. And here is a Glock clone that is significantly cheaper, has some features that you probably would have put on your Glock to begin with, and you can swap out your frames without buying a new gun. The popular Glock 19 Gen 3 alternative on the market that's inexpensive right now is the PSA Dagger. The RXM, I think, fills that gap a lot better because on top of being a 19 Gen 3 clone, it does offer you the feature of it being a chassis system, which the Dagger does not. I think it comes with a better trigger out of the box. If you are an absolute madman, you can put dagger parts on your RXM and create Frankenstein. Now, one circumstance where I think this gun is perfect is if you are a new gun owner and you know that the future is now, so it's time to shoot with a red dot. You can buy this gun for about $400, and then you can pick yourself up a Holosun 407C for about $200. I like these red dots and I trust them. I think they're great for starting out. Now you've got a gun that you can buy replacement parts for anywhere you go, especially for the slide, that's got a dot directly milled onto the slide, and you can use the most common type of holster out there pretty much anywhere you go. And even if you're not a new gun owner, being able to switch out your grip pretty much on the fly is also going to be very beneficial. You can carry this gun with a 19 sized grip, and if you want to go compete, you can probably buy a 17 size grip. You want to reduce some recoil, you buy one of our compensated slides. You want to put a suppressor on it, you can buy any Glock 19 threaded barrel. Modularity wise, this thing has blown my expectations out of the water. I was not expecting to be excited by this thing at all, but the more I learn about it, the more I like it. I really like how modular it is, I really like its price point, and I really like the features that it has. If you're looking to purchase a gun that has maybe your first optic on it, I think this is a great choice. If you're looking to purchase your first handgun, I think it's also a great choice. And if it's going to be your 15th Glock, maybe you just want to save $200. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you.